Company is TLC. I've lost about 50 pounds so far. I started out at 290, down to 250 is 40 pounds. I lost 40 pounds since starting this process a little over a month ago. And I get a lot of approached many times for these multi-level marketing programs. And I must say that this is one of the um, first ones where I tried the product. The product actually works really good and it's very reasonable in cost. My name is James Gordon. For those who don't know, local chiropractor in Mobile, Alabama. I've been practicing over 20 years, very successful in the chiropractic practice, but I believe in diversifying the income. This TLC is one of the best programs in that you can start a business for as little as $35. They do want you to order one product a month, I'm told. The products range from $40 to $60 for a product, but if you don't see any product that you need, I wouldn't get into the business. If you see a product you can use, they have products from weight loss to many other areas. If you see something you use, fine. And I notice the products are very reasonably priced compared to some uh, marketing or community-based businesses, if you would, or home-based businesses. Requires $400 or $500 buy-in, and some soap powder that costs $100 a box. We can get the same soap powder, better quality for $20 a box. This is not that product. They got instant coffee for as little as $1 a packet. This weight loss stuff that I've been totally, I deal with a lot of patients. I deal with thousands of patients. In 20 years, well over 10,000 patients, I would say. Many of these patients have weight issues. Many of us, my patients, black, white, pink, or red, working class people, have diabetes or high blood pressure or gout or many other things that are controlled or cause problems caused by gout, by an imperfect body, if you would. If you lost weight, if you got able to move a little bit more, many of the ailments will go away. Some people on 10 medications, you may be able to reduce that. You got to check with your own doctor before you change your medicine protocol. Don't take yourself off medicine before talking to your physician. There's a reason they prescribed it to you. Make sure those reasons are gone before they decide whether or not, and you and the doctor decide whether or not y'all need to be moved off. The doctor, she may say, hey, your numbers are great. You don't really have the high A1C level. Want to take out this diabetes medicine, see how it works. You say, well, great, doc, let's give it a shot. So it should be your healthcare should be a team effort between you and your doctor. But what I've been so excited about this tea and this restoration. It's a resolution drop, call it restoration. It restores your health. Resolution drops. The process I'm on, I put this under my tongue before breakfast, lunch, and dinner. One little droplet. One little droplet can be, it's like not a full droplet, but it's only about half the tube. If the camera can pick that up, it's like a half a tube, so it's not that much. Put it up under your tongue. You drink the tea. I'm boiling some now to make. This is the tea. You see the little tea bag floating in there. They recommend throwing the tea bag in there, but it's natural herbs, thistle, many natural things that we take would have to be beneficial. So in the before a meal, I drink 8 ounces of this tea, and this tea, it's called this ISO tea. This stuff here is what detoxes. Some things cleanse. Cleanse is when you get on the go to your restroom. It's like a fire hydrant. You don't, just like metformin. When you got too much starch and the doctor gives you metformin, those little white caplets. This is not that. This is not supposed to be that. Now, if you take too much of this, it can be that. But this is not supposed to be that. This is supposed to be simply it's put out by TLC, and it's supposed to be a tea that detoxifies the liver, the kidneys, some of the other organs. And so I was regular before this, and I'm still regular after this. But if it helps the kidneys and the livers are filtered. When our car gets so much mileage, we change the oil. Well, changing the oil would be like changing the blood. But what about the filter? See, the oil in your car goes through this little filter, this little cylinder filter. After a while, the filter gets clogged up, so it can't filter anymore. So even if you put fresh oil in there, you wouldn't get the same benefit. the filter, the kidneys and the liver, keeps the blood, keeps everything fresh in the body. If the filter gets cleansed, we can't take it out and clean it. We can't change it like we do oil. Now, people who have to go through dialysis many times, they may be on so much medication. They're on so much medication, which is toxic. And after so many years of being on so much medication, you got to go get the external filter. So now I got to plug your up to the side and let the blood come out of you into this machine, which cleans your blood, takes all the impurities out and whatnot, puts it back in your body. So you're good again for a few days. Because it's an ongoing process. People live to be 100, 60, 20, 200, whatever. It's because their filter filters the blood. If that filters go bad, the person dies. So with all the medications we have on the market, these folks who are on dialysis, if they didn't have that dialysis, they couldn't filter that blood, we'll lose a lot of friends and family. But let's say this, why don't we try this product, even if you don't have weight to lose, see if this product can give you a natural filter cleaning, if you would, which is not harsh. You see the tea, it's very light color tea, and they got these in instant bags as well, but the best type is the brew type. We're going to show you in a minute how to do it, or how I do the brew type. This stuff here, it tastes very good. Sort of a mild sweet tea taste, no sugary taste. If you want a sweetness, you can add some stevia. I don't like stevia. I add Splenda, but I don't need Splenda because it's not that bad. But keep in mind, I was at down near 300 pounds, 290 is down near 300 pounds. 40 pounds later, 250. I've never been below 250. I go down 260, but I can never get down below 260. So that's within the first 30 days of trying this. Now, I did this tea and the restoration drops. The program is a 1,200 calorie diet, and it sounds like a lot less than you may eat, because as kids growing up, we get to our teenage years, we start eating 2,000 calorie plates or 1,000 calorie plates. If you look at the menu at McDonald's, the average burger and fries is probably 1,000 calories. Well, guess what? When you eat a 400 calorie meal, you can eat a donut, 400 calories, or you can eat 3 cups of collard greens, turnip greens, cabbage, and an 8-ounce portion of grilled dense meat. You know, a grilled piece of chicken, a grilled piece of fish, baked chicken, baked fish. This is the 400 calorie meal. So you don't have to eat small. It's just cutting back. And then cut back your carbs. All that fat on you, that's your carbs. You don't need to replace your carbs. Now, we can't go without eating carbs for too long a period of time. We don't want to go to ketoacidosis, where you start tasting like you got acetone, like you got fingernail polish remover in your mouth. That's your body going into ketosis. Not good sign, not good. We don't want to back away from that. So you do this diet. If you do the diet, you take this resolution drops. I keep saying restoration because it restores you. Resolution drop. You take the stuff. It tells you how to do it. 50 or 60 bucks with this thing that lasts over a month. And then you take this tea. You get like 5 bags of tea. 1 bag a week is what it's supposed to be. And they claim 4 to use, 1 to share, because you want to tell others about this great thing you found while you're keeping your weight off. You didn't have to get surgery. You didn't have to get bypass. You didn't have to get lap band surgery. You actually pulled it off naturally. Wow. Tea, you can make it about a gallon. Take the tea out. It's been a double bag. So if you drop both of these in the water for a few seconds, let it boil, and then take it off the heat. You want to let it steep for 4 to 6 hours. Yes, 4 to 6 hours. You want to let all the natural herbs and whatnot work its way into the tea. And then you take your quart of water that you got boiling, and you pour it and add it to the gallon if you do 2 bags. If you do 1 bag, add to 2 quarts. Most people I know have 2-quart pitchers, because they may make stuff like Kool-Aid. I'm a Kool-Aid drinker. I've been a Kool-Aid drinker all my life. Some people think that's racist statement, like all races don't drink Kool-Aid. I don't know. Hey, for me, it's been a great drink because I use Splenda with my Kool-Aid, so it has no calories, very low calories, and some people don't like Splenda. Well, guess what? It works for me. It may work for you. It may not. Try the stevia. Maybe you like that. Here's what I do. You see the little white area in the bag. I'm going to cut this bag between the 2 white lines as not to open it on either side. Okay? So now I have 2 bags of teas, and then nothing's shaking out. If you cut it too close to the line, you're going to lose some tea grounds. You still use it, but you're going to have some grounds in your drinks. So I'm going to drop one bag into the water. It's boiling. As you hear the water boiling in the background. We'll let that boil a few seconds, not long, just enough to get the tea. Some people do a little longer than others. Then you take it off the heat, you put a lid over it, let it steep. You can let it sit overnight, let it sit 46 hours. And there you add the cold water to the tea. I put the little cold water in here first, and I add the tea to it. And I top it off with cold water to make my 2 quarts. Then you got a tea that looks similar to this color. You throw your bags in there. 2 bags in there because I left the last bag in there from the last batch. So this time I throw both bags out and put it all in there. 8 ounces before lunch. No tea before breakfast now. 8 ounces before lunch, 8 ounces before dinner, and about 4 ounces after dinner. This is a 16.9 ounce bottle of water. Everybody said to get better results when they drink more water. Some people drink up to 1 gallon a day. I drink about 3 or 4 of these a day. 3 or 4 of these. One of these is 2 cups. So if I drink 3 of these, that's 6 cups of water. And then I don't count the Kool-Aid or the coffee that I drink. I drink a half a cup of coffee maybe 4 times a day. I just sip on coffee like a hot tea. And then I drink the Kool-Aid. I may drink every now and then. Don't do sodas. Soda's one of our worst enemies. If you get like diet sodas, Coke and Pepsi, great sodas, very delicious tasting. Look at the sodium content. You cannot get a diet soda with soda with 0 calories and high sodium. 0 calories is good, but the sodium count's got to be what you look at. Low sodium is what you need. The best stuff I found for if you want something to drink with low sodium, take this off the heat. The best thing I found for low sodium is these little packets. They call about 10 in a box. You get 6 to 10 in the box. We're right there. Go to Family Dollar, go to these places. This stuff here is you find at the Family Dollar, Dollar General, all that stuff. This here, great value. This is the Walmart brand. You know the Walmart brand. This stuff here is your best diet drink. Get away from the diet sodas. They're not good for you. If you do drink diet sodas, drink the store brand, the Winn-Dixie brand, the Piggly Wiggly brand, the Czech sodas. Read their labels. If it's got 0 calories and 0 sodium, you may like that. That may work for you. The food coloring stuff, some people get problems with that. I don't have a hang up on the food coloring stuff because I haven't seen that been a bigger problem in a person who eats a balanced diet. That's another thing. Eat your colors. When you get a meal, lunch, and dinner, is not starch, meat. Let's kill the starch for 30 days. Okay? Let's do a meat, protein meat, and leafy green vegetables. The early peas, the green beans, the spinach, the cabbage, the turnips, the collards, the mustard greens, okay, or something that's asparagus, okay. It doesn't have to be a leafy green, but no starch. You don't need corn. You don't need macaroni and cheese. You don't need mashed potatoes. That stuff is nothing but sugar. You already got sugar. Fat is stored sugar. If you got stored sugar in the way of fat, and you're adding fat to your body, all you're going to do is clog your system up. You have constipation. You have problems going to the bathroom regular. Technically, you should you should use a bowel movement after every meal, like babies do. But if you have 1 bowel movement a day, that's pretty good. 1 decent bowel movement a day is pretty good. But 1 bowel movement every other day, every few days, once a week, you're dying. You're going to kill yourself. You're killing yourself. Don't blame it on anybody else. When you go to the hospital, don't blame it on anybody else. You saw this coming. You're an adult. You know that going to the bathroom once a week was not normal. There's nothing normal about it, okay? Let's not sugarcoat it. I don't have time for sugarcoating. You want sugarcoating? Go get some cereal. This is not the place. This stuff here, let's look at the numbers. Sodium, 0. Calories, 5. Servings, they can say a half a packet of servings. So we double it. We got 10 calories for servings because half a packet. No one drinks half a packet of tea. You take this little tea, you open it, put it in a bottle of water. I'll take a swallow of water out of this thing, and I put this tea in there. It tastes just as good as any sweet tea you ever had, Southern style. There are the numbers. Look at the numbers. Pay attention to the sodium. Pay attention to the calories. That's all. That's what you want to pay attention to. Now let's look at this one from Dollar General. Calories, 5. Sodium, 0. they're getting saying half a packet is a serving. So really a whole packet is a serving. So you double that. So say you have 0 sodium and you have 10 calories, because 5 calories per half a serving. You gotta pay attention to the serving size. You open a bag of chips, don't open a bag of chips on this diet for 30 days. Leave the chips alone, because chips, if you look at the bags of chips, most of them say 5 servings. And you say, this is 1 serving. I ate this whole bag in 1 sitting. What do you mean 5 servings? This is 1 serving. This stuff here at Dollar General, Dollar Tree, they gotten smart. They only put 6 in the pack. 6. Walmart, old school, 10 units in the bag, 10 packets. $1.25 at Walmart thereabouts, $1 at the Dollar Tree and places like that, but you're only getting 6. So that's the big difference. But it's still cheap. It's a cheap drink, and it tastes just as good as your diet sodas without the carbonation, of course. So get away from the sodas. Diet sodas, bad for you, no good. Starch, bad for you, no good. For 30 days. After 30 days, eat a small golf ball size of starch. Eat a big portion of leafy green vegetables, and either 6 ounce, 8 ounce of meat, 4 ounces of meat. You don't even have to have a lot of meat. Meat's really not needed that much, but you can get meat by mixing things together and whatnot to make the protein. But if you eggs, let's get away from the yellows. Let's eat more of the egg whites. And what you could do is open 3 egg yellows and 1 whole egg. Or if you want 3 eggs, 1 whole egg and 2 egg whites. So you got eggs with a little less egg yellow. The egg looks a little pale yellow because there's not as many yolks in there. But the yolk is all the bad stuff, the cholesterol and all that stuff. We're going to get rid of that stuff. We're going to eat the healthy stuff. There you have it. So here's my tea. I took it off the heat. It's cool. It's starting to cool down a little bit. I'm going to cover it up with a lid and let that steep overnight. Steeping lets the flavor, lets the nutrients, or the stuff you have in the tea bag to get into the tea. That's the reason for steeping. And then, like I say, 40 pounds in 30 days. It happened for me, made me a believer. I need you to come on as a customer, or you can come on as a sales partner. There's ways to make money in this company. I'm excited about the benefits, the health benefits, because a lot of people that I know have been on a lot of medication far too long. The gentleman that turned me on to this, he was 400 pounds. He lost 200 pounds with a simple diet. No surgeries, not even a lot of extra skin. When you leave this stuff naturally, over time, you seem like your body reabsorbs or retightens it, some of that skin. So not a lot of skin from some kind of major surgery, like we look at that 600-pound life show. That didn't happen. This guy looks smaller than me. He lost 200 pounds on just this tea and this resolution drops. These 2 things. So it's like $120 a month if you're a retail customer. It may be a little less than that if you're a salesperson for the company. But for $120, he lost that weight, and now he just drinks the tea to keep the system detoxified, if you would, because when the blood travels through the kidneys and the livers, all our fluids travel through there to get filtered. They leave particles behind. They leave dead cells behind, and the body replaces some of those cells when it goes through its natural process. But the detoxification, you'll notice when you take a multivitamin, you don't really need a multivitamin. Most of that stuff goes out of you. You pee it out when you go use the restroom. When you go urinate, you pee it out. What happens? Your urine smells a little stronger. Woof, what's going on there? Because the vitamins that you took it's going out because you eat naturally. You don't need vitamins. You get it all from your food. And that foolishness about the nutrients not being in the food like they were 20 years ago, maybe so, but guess what? It's far more than you need, far more than your body needs. So back 20 years ago, it may have been 20 times what you need from eating the right foods. And nowadays, maybe it's only 15 times. I don't know, but it's still more than you need. So eat colors. Eat your colors. Don't eat the same color all the time. Don't eat, all the starches, this, that, and other. It's all about eating colors. Eat your red vegetables. Eat your orange vegetables. Eat your green vegetables. These are nutrients. The colors come from the nutrients and the minerals in the item. So you got to have that to have a healthy body, healthy skin, healthy hair, healthy weight. Use this detox tea. You can use it. Talk to your doctor and see, hey, this thistle, this marshmallow, these other chemicals, not the marshmallow candy. There's this natural plants and herbs that make up this tea. What's the side effects of using them on a regular basis? No side effect. And if your body doesn't need the filter to be detoxified, it just flushes through your body. So even if you drink the tea for a week, and say once you get down to the weight you want it to be at, say you drink the tea every other week, and you gave some of the packets away to your friends and neighbors. I look around and I'll tell you, I see about 100 people a day, and about 60 to 80 could use a little weight management, and I was at the top of that list. So I got to maintain. It's easy for me to gain weight. You know, I ate like I did when I was a teenager. I'm not a teenager anymore, so I can't eat that way. I'm not burning that many calories. So I got to back away from what I eat as much. And this stuff here, this tea and those drops will help you not to yearn the cravings. I don't have any cravings. I'm not jittery. I don't have any energy problems. For those of us who do have energy problems sometimes with weight loss, there's a line of nutrients for that. They got liquid vitamins, and they got this NRG, I think it is. It's got some kind of a natural thing for you. For me, I just use these two items that I just showed you. So drink your tea, put the drops on your tongue, drops on the tongue before breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's it. You can eat a sensible meal at breakfast, natural. You go to McDonald's and eat, this is what you do. Hey, give me that Big Mac, hold the sauce, give me some extra lettuce, put it in a bowl, and no bread. So the bread in some of these restaurants have sugar in them and stuff added to make it more desirable. That's why you can't buy that same bread in the store. You buy the loaf bread, you make the sandwich, it doesn't taste like the Big Mac. It doesn't taste like the quarter pounder because the bread is different, okay, on purpose. This is their sales. This is where they sell stuff. If you eat fried foods, just realize some lean meats may be 60 calories per 2 ounces. A deep fried piece of meat may be 120 calories per 2 ounces. So just do your research. You got this beautiful phone, use it. Look up the meats and see what the calorie is for a fried piece of meat versus the lean piece of deli cut meat. Deli cut meats would be your best friends. Back in the day, Atkins diet was big. Cheese, you could eat all the protein you want. Cheese is one of the big proteins, but cheese has a lot of calories. So you got to find the low-fat cheese or low-fat mayonnaise if you're a mayonnaise or cheese lover, or just stay away from it for 30 days. And then go back to it to sensible. So I get down to 250. 220 is my ultimate goal, between say 200 220. So I get there and I start eating a little more cheese and whatnot. If I pick up a little bit, I know to back off certain foods to make, that's adding on the pounds, if you will. But it shouldn't be a yo-yo diet like some of our famous TV celebrities. You should be able to maintain it, and this is about as small as I've been in a long time. So like I said, I was closing in on 300 pounds. It's totally unhealthy for a person who's only 5'7". Totally unhealthy. So good eating, bon appetit, and come to me as a customer for the tea. It's only $10 a bag, or you can buy the packets of 5, the cases of 5 if you would, or $10 a bag, and I'd say $10 or $12 a bag. I do my math on that. Just sell it to you at cost, or you order it yourself. Either way, great stuff. Thank you for listening.